911, what is the location of your emergency?
It's Monday, February 24th. There's a crisis at the home of Sarah Boone, prompting her to call 911.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
The fire department takes over the call, and for the next few minutes, officials are obtaining critical details about what happened.
No, tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a suitcase and we were playing, and like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Fire and rescue instruct Boone on how to give chest compressions.
Just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, ma'am, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
EMS arrived within minutes and advised Boone that her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, had been down too long and there was nothing more they could do. Boone explained she and Torres were drinking the night before and thought it would be funny if he got inside of a suitcase for a game of hide and seek. The next day, deputies returned and arrested Boone and charged her with second-degree murder in Torres' death. Boone's story about a childhood game gone awry unraveled when investigators say they found video on her cell phone showing Boone taunting and laughing at Torres while he was struggling to get out of the suitcase. Police say he was yelling he couldn't breathe and asking Boone for help. According to police, Boone was captured on video saying, "That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." When confronted with the video, officers say she told them she didn't remember those moments. But to investigators, those moments add up to motive for second-degree murder. What a case. Joining me now in Fort Lauderdale, Florida to talk about all this, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor. You can also contact him at speaktomark.com. Mark Eiglarsh back with us. Great to see you, Mark. Is it important for the jury in this trial to know how he ended up inside that suitcase?
Absolutely. Listen, you don't want, from either side, there to be any ambiguity. You know, she needs to make sure that they know they were just playing a game. He went along with it, and she didn't intend for anything horrible to happen. Prosecutors are going to say, yeah, but we've got that video where you know he's suffering inside, he's saying he can't breathe, and then you say words which make very clear that you have a depraved mind and you don't care if he lives or dies.
Now, on that cell phone video, when I hear her, she sounds like she's under the influence.
Yes.
Does that play a role at all in her defense, or does it play a role for the prosecution? How does that issue go inside the courtroom with these types of charges?
I can make the argument on both sides, but I think it helps the defense. No one in their right mind would be doing what she did. So you've got to say she wasn't in her right mind. She clearly wasn't. She never intended any harm to happen, and her falling asleep while he's in the suitcase was because she passed out. And you want jurors who drink, you want jurors who have blacked out before, and someone who can understand that this is not something that she would normally do.
How do you find a juror that's blacked out before? Is that something you can ask them during voir dire?
Oh, I would. I'd say, who here drinks? Anyone who doesn't? Gone. Who here has ever drank too much alcohol? You know, tell me about that. I would want to ask those questions, because if the judge says, well, you're pre-trying the case, I'll say, well, no, judge, I don't want anyone holding that against my client in any way, because that's going to be a part of our defense. If they're going to judge her for drinking too much, we need to know about it. They fundamentally can't be fair. So I would do it in that kind of way, but I'm really looking for jurors who somehow can relate to doing bad things or negligent things or even reckless things when they're impaired.
Mark Eiglarsh, always great to speak to you. Folks can speak to you, speaktomark.com. Awesome job. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, brother.
All right, here we go, folks. We got a pretrial conference, June 8th. Trial date right now, June 21st. We'll see if it happens. We'll be tracking it right here when we come back.